Yeah.
All right, we'll start off with Mike Trudell.
Hey, Trez, before the game, Frank had referenced a chat with you just about kind of, starting lineup versus coming off the bench and playing time and all that. Was there anything that stood out to you and about the comfortability maybe with coming off the bench as you've done the last couple of years and if that played into your thinking with the conversation?
Honestly, I feel better coming off the bench. I get to see the game. I get to see the floor of the game. I get to see, how certain things are being called, honestly. So, I just felt more comfortable coming off the bench so I can actually get a feel for the game. I don't want to go in there and put myself in early foul trouble and have us undermanned more than we already are.
What did you think the difference was in tonight's game as you guys, tried to learn to play together on the fly in a sense, just with what the rotations were and sort of the chemistry that you started to find with Shooter as things got down to into crunch time there?
Honestly, I think it was a good game, man. Guys were able to, get outside their comfort zone and do a couple more things than they're accustomed doing in their game. We played a tough game. The ball was popping around early in the first quarter, kind of died down a little bit. But at the end of the day, we still put ourselves in a great chance and great opportunity to win the game. DS got a great look towards the end. Honestly, I got an even better look and, literally just didn't get off my feet and left it short on the rim, man. There was a lot of chaos around there. I tried to just keep it alive. And then when I instantly, kind of got in my hands after the first tip, I just didn't get enough on it, man. So tough loss, man. But, we're about to go on a break, man. Guys are going to be able to reset, man. And then we're going to come back and, be able to finish out the season with some great basketball.
Trez, just zooming out, your thoughts on the first half of the season?
Good first half of the season. We played through the ups and downs, through different adversity, from COVID to injuries, to, just learning a whole new team, man. I think we got a lot more growing to do, and I think we're going to do that. But this break is definitely a much needed one, and I think the guys are going to utilize it, and we're going to come back prepared and ready to finish out the season.
Dave?
Trez, you've kind of been the battery for this team all year long, giving your energy to everybody else, even when there might not be fans in the stands and whatnot. What will you do to recharge over the break?
I'll go home and be a dad, be a family man, just be around, my loved ones. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not really going anywhere. Just going back home and just kind of, just get away and disappear and just be around my family.
Dan?
Trez, obviously last year you had to adjust to playing with two stars. This year with LeBron and AD. Now that you've made it halfway through the season, how do you think that process is going? And where do you think there's still room for growth with you and this team?
Honestly, I think it's room for growth for all of us, man. We're still learning a lot of different things about our team. AD's been out of the lineup these last couple of games, so we was learning how to play without him. Mark has missed these past 2 games. We're learning playing without him. Brian didn't play tonight, who is a huge part of our, everything that we do in our whole culture of basketball in the Lakers organization. And we, played a hard-fought, tough game without him. So we're still learning, we're still growing. And, like I said, I think the first half of the season has been a good one. But, this break is a much-needed one because, these guys are still, dealing with, just different things that, may have occurred from the short off season and just the different turnaround that we had, man. But I think this break is going to give these guys a good chance to reset. And like I said, we're going to come back ready to play some good basketball, finishing off the season to, make that push to try to do it again.
Kyle?
Hey, Trez. Last night, just wondering, against Phoenix, doing the starting rotation, how much did that kind of chop up your flow and into the game, and did that crystallize any conversations you had with Frank today about wanting to come off the bench?
Honestly, I just did what the team asked me to do. Last night they wanted me to start in the lineup that we had. It was a weird flow of things. They went smaller, and coach felt like, it was a lineup that he just wanted to have a lot more of, his veteran guys, Keith and Duz, that kind of been in the rotation and kind of been in the system to finish out the game. That's all it was, man. At the end of the day, I just do whatever it takes for us to win, man. At least that's what I try to do. And whether that's scoring, rebounds, loose balls, extra possessions, and whatever it is. So that's all I do, and that's what I'm going to continue to try to keep doing as we go forward and as we come back after this break.
Last question, Kahari.
Hey, Trez, what's going on? You had told the referee, speaking on the coach of basketball, you had told the ref, I've been saying and one since I was kids. Can you just elaborate on why you feel like the need you had to tell him that?
Because in the sense of when you're playing basketball and you're competing and you're getting after, I think, some of the referees, and, this is not bashing any referee in general, but, we cannot be in the instance of calling the game that soft, man. Whether me and you or, me and whatever ref got into it, in a verbal conversation the play before, just because, you're still holding on to a grudge from that, you cannot come back and give me a tech. The tech that I got was a big momentum swing and definitely shouldn't have been called, because at the instance of I'm not looking at her, I was nowhere near her vicinity. I'm running back on defense, and what I said was and one. No cursing, no profanity, none of that. And she turned around and gave me a tech because she was in her feelings, because she felt like I was too loud with her or I belittled her when we was talking. Like, you can't bring that into the game. Like, I don't care who it is. I don't care what the situation is, man. Like, everybody on the bench, everybody in the arena, even the guy sitting at the scores table said, you can't do that. You can't give a guy a tech just for saying N1. And if I'm going to get a tech for saying N1, man, then they might just take me off all year, man, because I've said way worse than that and haven't been given a tech. So this is what it is, man. I can't control that. I'm going to keep playing with the same passion and fire that I do. I didn't stop talking throughout the rest of the game. I kept playing with the same fire and, same, motor that I have all game. So it's just what it is.
Thanks so much, Trez. Have a wonderful